What's good, my people? It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talks, TC Fitness. I'm gladly here with all of y'all, back at it again with a new YouTube video for the channel. So it's day 5 of me leaving the corporate American finesse, the corporate America malarkey, whatever y'all want to call it. I've been out here since earlier, doing my Uber Eats grind, and I definitely feel way better. You know, every day I'm improving on my mental health and, you know, making sure I'm growing spiritually and things of that nature. I do want to say thank you to everybody that's been tuning in on my videos, especially the one where I speak about me resigning from that toxic environment. Now, in no way, shape, or form do I come on these apps, or, you know, when I create my videos, am I trying to tell you what to do with your life? This is just me personally making a change to my life and doing what I personally enjoy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You can subscribe if you want to. If you're a returning supporter, welcome back to another video. I appreciate y'all. Now, as y'all can see, I'm in Chick-fil-A. Right? Y'all can see. I'm about to, you know, get back on the Uber app. I did some deliveries earlier today. I worked out before I even came downtown, which definitely got me in a good mood. And I've been listening to the 10 pillars of wealth. Now, I do want to continue to talk to you guys about the importance of, you know, investing, you know, using your money wisely and breaking the programming that we all have been through. Now, I'm gonna go step outside because, you know, they got music playing in the background, and I know that YouTube takes that copyright and stuff very, very serious. But number one, bro, we all have been programmed to think in scarcity, to think in lack, and to think that something is not possible for you, which you have to learn how to basically reprogram your mind. All right? It takes a lot of repetition. It takes a lot of, you know, awareness of self. Basically, you taking back your power and, you know, understanding that we live in a matrix. Now, like I tell y'all often, I'm not the person to tell you, yo, bro, go quit your job, bro. Nah, I'm not the person to tell you that. But, you know, if you don't, like, learn to understand that there are multiple ways to generate income, if you don't learn to understand that you don't have to think about how much money you make per hour, you have to learn how to, you know, ask yourself how much value can you add to other people, right? If you don't get it through your cranium that, you know, you gotta, alright, there's a difference between you making money just off of your physical work and then your money making money for you off of the assets that you own. They want to program the world, right, to have you thinking you will own nothing and be happy. I'm going to tell y'all right now, not having no money, right, that's not going to make you happy. Not growing spiritually, that's not going to make you happy, right? Not doing what makes you happy. Like, if you're living your life on autopilot, or if you're living your life to try to satisfy other people, that's not going to genuinely make you happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to focus on, how can I live in my purpose? Right? How can I live in my purpose? And how can I realize that I'm the source, right? How can I realize that I got to bet on myself? Because if I allow something outside of me to dictate my life, I'm basically giving my power away. And me listening to the 10 pillars of wealth, right? It, in some way, shape, or form, it taught me a lot, right? I'm still listening to the audiobook. It's on YouTube if y'all want to check it out. But it made me, like, do more, like, how can I say it? Like, self-reflecting, right? It made me do more inner work, internal work, which is very, very important. And just hold myself to a higher standard, you know, hold myself to you know, wanting more for myself and not just settling. So What makes me genuinely happy is creating YouTube videos, helping people out, investing my money, spending time with family, spending time with my fiance, journaling, you know, just being a creative being that I am, and staying true to myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a group of friends to feel good about myself. I don't need all that. I just more so just focus on myself. Realizing that I can't control other people. I can only control myself. Realizing that, you know, your life has to be abundant because that's who you are as a person. And we are legitimately programmed in this matrix to think negative about things, bro. We think negative about money. We think negative about relationships. We think negative about outcomes, right? We think in lack. And with you thinking in lack, you would never think that there's enough out here for you. Most people don't try to get rich. Most people don't try to get wealthy. Most people don't try to do anything. They'll just stick to the script. I'm just going to work the job, get my paycheck every 2 weeks, and it's not knocking it. It's not knocking the job system, but this is how majority of people think. I'm going to work my job. I'm going to get these 2 weeks of vacation. I'm going to get a paycheck every 2 weeks, but I'm not going to figure nothing out. I'm going to get comfortable with the life that I'm living. I did this leap of faith to get uncomfortable, to design the life that I personally want to live, right? To be that entrepreneur that's within me, to understand that nobody's coming to save me, bro. You know, I invest my money to know that this is how the rich people get rich, this is how the wealthy people get wealthy, this is how they stay wealthy, this is how they stay rich. They got money working for them 24/7. The average person works 8 hours a day. Once they leave out of the job, their money stops. Once they clock back in, their money starts. And that's a repeated cycle. And that cycle has been going on for years and years and years. That cycle been going on before I even was born. You know? So, understanding that, bro, we live in a total different time and age, but the cycle still continues. Understand that we live in a different generation. Right? Hold on. Understand that we live in a different generation, and there's plenty of opportunities out here for everybody. But only the people that go towards the opportunities take advantage of it. Majority of people play life on safety mode. They play life just, I don't know, man, just thinking like, what if it goes wrong? And yeah, bro, you're not like, everything not always gonna go right in your life, bro. You learn from your mistakes. But how about we focus on what could go right? How about we focus on expansion? How about we focus on growth? How about we focus on stop limiting yourself, bro? This is what I'm learning. I'm learning this shit day by day. You know, there's enough out here for everybody. The job is programming y'all to think in lack, bro. The job is programming you to think through a wage, through a salary, but you don't think through ownership. The job is programming you to work 8 hours a day to make money, but your money's supposed to be working for you 24 hours a day, bro. They gave us the stock market, but we still thinking the only way I know how to make money is the job. How else I'm gonna get capital? You build something for yourself, bro. You have a side hustle. You have multiple sources of income. Hold on, once again, because of the cars. You focus on assets over liabilities. You focus on your mental health over working a job that ain't gonna make you happy, bro. You focus on spiritual growth and connecting with God. You focus on that, bro. You understand that you protected the spiritual realm, bro. You understand, bro, you lack nothing. You have to exit thinking like an employee so that you can manifest and create the version of you thinking like an owner, bro. How y'all think these people are staying rich? How you think they staying wealthy, bro? They own all of this stuff, bro. They own everything. They know that the average person is about to go to work, get a paycheck, put it back into the system, rinse and repeat for 40 years. They know this already, bro. But most people don't know that they're in a cycle. They just think this is just what everybody do. This is normal. Once you get into the habit of paying yourself first, once you get into the habit of seeing your money work for you in real time, once you get into the habit of having a better relationship with money, it's all gonna start to make sense. You gotta cut out bad spending habits. You gotta cut out thinking in lack. You have to cut out having a bad relationship with money. Some people is afraid to be successful. Why? And stop caring so much about what other people think. Stop caring about that. Why? Because they not living your life. You got to live your life for yourself, and you got to worry about your family, and you got to focus on, if you got a significant other, your significant other, right? If you got friends, you feel me? Teamwork. But you got to look out for you first. And we got to focus on having our money work for us, bro. We don't have a choice. The wage ain't keeping up with inflation. The salary, whatever salary they telling you making, you're not making that much, bro. They just telling you that. You forget the GOV takes away from you. So, they take away from all of us. But with that being said, bro, it's day 5. I've been feeling good. Like I said, working on my mental health and focusing on growing spiritually and mentally. Well, same thing, obviously, mental health. And connecting with God, bro. Trusting myself more. Alright? I love y'all. Have a good day today. Like the video, subscribe if you're new.